Let me describe a situation and tell me if this sounds familiar. You found the right sales strategy. You've adjusted the offer. You've tested pricing. You've rotated team members or changed focus more than once. On paper, everything looks right, and yet business growth has slowed. Decisions feel heavier and kind of blurry. You keep asking yourself, what exactly should I fix next? Here's the important part. When this happens, it usually doesn't mean your strategy doesn't work. It means something else is missing, and most founders don't know how to name it. What I see again and again is this. Founders assume the problem is in their actions. The customer approach, the positioning, the team, the timing. So they keep changing moves. But actions are the last step in the growth process. When growth slows down and what worked before stops working, the real gap is internal capacity, not motivation, not mindset. I work with business owners, leadership teams, and also real estate professionals here in Dubai. And what I see repeatedly is this pattern when growth reaches its next threshold. It is clarity. And clarity is not a thinking problem, it's an internal readiness problem. So let me simplify this. Internal readiness doesn't mean being 100% confident, having everything figured out, feeling ready to raise prices or enter a new market. That's not how growth works. Internal readiness means something much more practical. It's your capacity to see reality clearly without avoidance. You clearly see what you have, what works, what doesn't, and what is missing for the next level. If it's about skills, visibility, structure, market understanding, leadership capacity, when you know what you need, you just get it. There's no drama in that. The real problem starts when you don't know what you need, because lack of clarity is always a signal. Your internal readiness is not yet aligned with the level you say you want. And here is the part most people miss, and this is not conscious fear. You're not thinking, I'm scared to grow or I'm not yet prepared. No, the nervous system is much smarter than that. So fear wears a mask of logic. It more sounds like, this event is not for my market, these people are not my type of clients, this strategy doesn't feel aligned, I should wait until things stabilize. From the outside, it looks rational. From the inside, it's avoidance of clarity, because clarity forces responsibility. And it's not just about mindset, but how the whole nervous system, emotional pressure, internal energy shape business decisions that directly influence sales, negotiations, leadership under pressure. From a neuroscience perspective, this is what's happening. Your mind says, I want the next level. But your body hasn't settled itself to hold it. And that gap creates tension. And the nervous system does what it always does under tension. It seeks familiarity, not growth. So instead of moving forward, you rotate strategies, restructure teams, change focus, without actually advancing. This is cognitive somatic dissonance. Your strategy is future-oriented, your internal state is still calibrated to the previous level. So let me ask you something and sit with it honestly. Which part of you is actually not ready for the level you say you want? Not because you are incapable, but because you haven't allowed yourself to see the full picture. What are you avoiding looking at? What's your real bottleneck? The skill you don't yet have, the environment you haven't entered, the responsibility you haven't fully claimed. Growth doesn't stop because strategy fails. It stops when internal clarity is missing. And this is exactly the space where real work begins. If this situation feels familiar, you're not broken, you're not late, you're not doing something wrong. You are simply standing at a level where clarity, not effort, becomes the growth lever. And this is the work I do with founders when pushing harder no longer creates movement. And next week, I will explain how we set limits of our business without even realizing it. So see you next week.